Hello, beautiful people. Here we are again. Thank you guys for being here. I trust your day went well and you're having a great evening. So, here we are again. I'm trying to get as much in as I possibly can because I have a lot to do in this um, 30-day challenge. This is my way of coming to you and giving you as much information as I can where it concerns with domestic abuse and sexual violence and cancer. So today, this evening, we're going to be talking about the importance of support. We have support. What does that mean? When you're going through a crisis, you need support. And there are lots of different types of support for breast cancer, sexual and domestic abuse, and rape. All of this fall under the same umbrella. So because, again, I would say, having gone through all of that, that's what the topic is. When I decided to do this 30-day challenge, it was about talking about sexual abuse and domestic violence, and also about breast cancer, and about a balanced diet. So, all three working together. So, they're all interconnected in terms of our health and our well being. So, today, I want to say, this evening, today, we're going to be looking at, we're going to touch on the topic of some of life's toughest moments or toughest challenges, and how we overcome sexual abuse and domestic violence, at the same time navigating breast cancer recovery. We will explore why support is necessary, why having a support system is crucial for the journey, and highlight some valuable essential sources. For example, where you can go for help and things like that. So let's get on with the program. My name is Verna, and I am a holistic certified insight coach and wellness therapist. What does that mean? It means that I do therapy. I have over 30 years experience in the field and a life experience as well in terms of some of the things that I have been through and overcame to be where I am today. And I'm really thankful to the Almighty for being with me, and helping me navigate all around this. I'm sure you're going to get something from it. So as we carry on and as we go on, you will get to know more. We'll get to know more about each other. And it's like I said earlier, somebody asked me why I chose to do this. I chose to do it to create a community, to create a community where we can come together and we can share ideas and we can talk, and we can just be a supporter for one another, because not everybody like to be in big groups or whatever the case might be. So I'm here. I'm your champion. I'm here if you want somebody to speak to. Whether I speak to people from Singapore, I speak to people in Pakistan, and I speak to people all over. So if you, no matter where you are in the world, and you're looking for somebody to speak to, I'm your champion and I'm here to support you in whatever challenge that you are facing. So, first of all, understanding the challenges of both sexual and domestic abuse, as well as breast cancer. They all deeply impact our lives, or individuals who it has happened to, both physically, I say both physically, emotionally, psychologically, on all levels. And having that support is really going to help you to navigate around that. Initially, you don't want to say anything, especially when it's abuse, sexual abuse, or domestic abuse. You don't want to say anything, or if you got raped, you don't want to say anything because you feel ashamed and you don't want anybody to look down upon you. And that is understandable. I've been there, so I understand what it means to be not say anything. I understand even to say something and have no one believe you as well. So I've been through it all and I've experienced it. So I can tell you it is not a nice situation to be in. Nevertheless, as I said, it impacts us deeply. And we have a psychological, so our mental situation is, mentally, we are drained. We're not sure what to do. So often, as survivors, we have profound scars. We have really scars that sometimes we don't even want to face. And that requires compassionate support from people around you to heal and to thrive. So to heal and to thrive, it requires compassion and empathy. Um, not being empathic. Somebody who is empathic, who understands. That's what you need. So you need that support system that is really going to help you to grow and develop. Let me come to before the abuse and the diagnosis. So before, I don't know what it was like before. I was so young when it happened. You know, I should be playing. I was playing with marbles and flying kite, making my own kite with mango leaves and having a tail. And then eventually they made a kite for me so I can fly the kite because I was a tomboy. I can fly the kite with the little children around my neighborhood. And so for me, it was freedom. That freedom to reign, freedom to roam, freedom to do the things, climb trees, um, play marbles, play hopscotch, and all those things is what I got in. So before abuse and diagnosis, prevention starts with awareness. So you have to be aware to prevent it. And we spoke earlier in some of my episodes about setting boundaries. So when we set boundaries, but as a child, how do you know to set boundaries? You have no knowledge of that. You don't know how to set boundaries. But as we grow older, we learn. And sometimes timidity can stop you from setting boundaries because you're afraid if I was to do this, what is going to be the response of the other person? And so you do nothing, and then that is eroded. Your boundaries, you have no boundaries, they do whatever they want. But prevention starts with awareness. So knowing what organizations are around. In the UK, you have the rape crisis and abuse crisis, which you can locate. You have in Ireland, you have in Dublin, you have in Scotland, you have in America, you have in Australia. So there is an organization worldwide. Wherever you are, there is an organization that you can turn to when that crisis come about. So these organizations, they provide crucial hotlines and resources to educate and empower individuals. So if it is you, then you know who you can call. But you want to be sure when you're calling is that the perpetrator is not really having a look at your phone and doesn't have control of your phone because you want to be careful. If that is the case, then you have to have a really good support friend around you who you can take as a confidant, who can then be there for you. So having the empowerment, the education to help you how to navigate these things is important to look at these resources. And this is help to prevent the abuse and promote early detection. So when that is happening, you promote early detection by saying something. Again, it is not that easy. It sounds easy, but it is not because it took me a long time to say what was happening to me. And even when I did, nobody wanted to listen. As a child, they tell you you're a liar. Okay, so I'm imploring you out there, if you have children, listen to your children. If your children don't want to hug your child don't want to hug somebody, don't force them to hug someone. Don't force them to sit on their uncle's lap or whatever the case might be. Okay? Or their stepfather's lap or anything like that. Don't do that. Just let the child be child. Okay? Um, Early detection of breast cancer as well through advocacy and community outreach really help. So if you haven't been tested or you haven't gone for anything, I will tell you my story in a little bit about that. So when you get that early detection, it helps to prevent a life from being lost. You know, I was reading a story about the sister of the person who died at the age of 36 with breast cancer. They set up an organization in her name, and that is basically to really help to create funds so they can find a cure to stop so many women from dying. And not only women, you'll be, suffer with breast cancer. Men do as well. It adds up a smaller percentage, but men do experience that. Men do get diagnosed with breast cancer. So don't look down upon anyone because anyone can have it. We all have cancer cells. And like children, some children grow up good, some children, no matter what you do, they behave in a little erotic way. So we all have to take the necessary precautions to make sure that it's being diagnosed early enough. Now, what do you do during the crisis? So, in a moment of crisis, immediate support is necessary. As a matter of fact, it is vital. The National Domestic Violence Hotline offers support. So start planning what you're going to be doing. I didn't know about that, so I didn't look at national support and all of that because from what I grew up with, I only trusted me and I had a barrier that nobody will penetrate. I had that seamless barrier. It was invisible, but it was there and nobody could penetrate it. So get the support you need. There is confidentiality in doing so when you get that support. So safe planning, have safety and planning and resources that are affected by domestic abuse. So similarly, you will find that across the world that there are organizations out there who are going to help you in this moment, who are going to help you when that is happening. When it is breast cancer, you have Breast Cancer Society, you have the UK Breast Cancer Research, you have a whole bunch of organizations out there. You'll find in Australia, again, you'll find in the US, wherever you are and you're listening, there is an organization out there that is going to help and give you that comprehensive support that you need as a breast cancer patient, including treatment information and financial guidance. Okay, so there is something out there for you. I know when I was diagnosed, I didn't want it because I'll come along to that in a little while. I didn't want to because for me, I just found, oh my gosh, Brett, mammogram are painful, so I'm not going to have any mammogram. And I really didn't have the first one when they sent it to me that I needed to come for a check. I refused to do it. I decided, no, I was not doing it. And then I had a second letter came through that I missed the first one and they need me to take the second one. And just as I was about to decline it again, I just felt in my spirit that I needed to do it. And so I went along and I did it. And 2 weeks later, I had a letter telling me I had to go to another hospital for another mammogram, a ultrasound, and a biopsy. At that moment, it hit me something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is up. So whatever it is, I had to face it. I didn't say anything to anyone. I think later on, when I found out exactly what it was, then of course my husband went with me, and he found out, just as I found out, and then I was able to share with close friends and relatives what prognosis was. But initially, I didn't want to do anything. And I am saying to you out there, if you are listening to me and you have not had a mammogram, or you have not had a pap smear, or anything of the sort, I am imploring you, please have yourself checked. Because if I did not do that check, it would have been worse. It would have been worse for me. I would have been much in a worse state than I am now. So I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful that I listened to my intuition. When it says to me, do it. When it says to me, take the mammogram, go for it. Regardless, forget about the pain. Okay? This is for safety. This is for your life. And that's what I did. I did it and I am really grateful that I did because what? It saved my life. So, yes, I had to have intense treatment. Yes, I had to have intense chemotherapy, very strong chemotherapy. Yes, I had to have radiotherapy, but first of all, I had to have surgery. Now, when I told one of my friends that, she said, "Oh my," she did not know how to approach me or what to say to me because she thought I had lost my breast. Because the first thing everybody think about is that they're going to take your breast away. Now, we are so far advanced now with this type of treatment, breast cancer treatment, that in some cases, yes, maybe that's the case. They have to do that. But in other cases, they don't. They do the surgery and they take the lymph nodes because I had lymph nodes taken out and I had the surgery. And that really helped. And so they were able to treat me with the different type of cancer treatment. So what am I saying? I am saying to you that you need to get checked. Don't wait and wait and wait. And then some people don't want to know. That's fine. If you don't want to know and you don't want to live a long and prosperous life, and you think, okay, I'm just going to live my life to the fullest now, and whatever happens, happens. Some people are like that, and that's fine. That's everybody have their prerogative. So after the trauma and the treatment, what do you do? The recovery journey starts, the recovery journey begins. And that extends beyond your physical healing because your mental and emotional as well. You need that mental, emotional, and spiritual healing as well. So again, there is organizations like your breast cancer network, of in hospitals. I got looked after at the Dorchester Hospital here in the UK, and I can tell you it was magnificent. I can't fault them for anything. Yeah, I one thing I can fault when I had surgery, it took a long time for me to get onto the chemo, and that's because after COVID there were lots of people on that list. Lots of people have wanted to have treatments and they're trying to fit everybody in. And there's just so much you can fit in a day. So I wouldn't totally say, well, they didn't get me on because I didn't follow through because I was like, I'm waiting until they call. But eventually, after a month, I decided, no, this is too long because I should have had it immediately after I called. And they were like, oh, immediately I was put onto Fortune's Well, and this lovely nurse Abby called me, and she got me in as quick as possible. So sometimes we talk about the treatment we receive, but if we don't open our mouth, so if we don't open our mouth and speak and say something or call someone and say, oh, this is happening, I thought I was supposed to, how would they know? Because they're trying to fit everybody in. But yes, some people do slip through the net, and which is not appropriate. But we have got to speak up as well. So after trauma and the treatment, you need that support. So it goes beyond, as I said, beyond your physical healing. And having those organizations there to help you, like your breast cancer now, your Macmillan, and all the different, your Carrie Nurse, and all of these different areas, they are there to support you and give you the ongoing support you need. Like I have ongoing support. My cancer nurse, she visits me every couple of months. It all depends on what I need. She visits me and she goes through everything with me, and I get a chance to sit down and talk about how I feel and what is happening. So there is support out there. And I can say my cancer nurse, she is spectacular. She is really, really good. If something, she sees something, she'll get on the phone and she'll call and she'll find a solution for it. She doesn't wait, she just acts immediately on that. So I'm really grateful and I'm very privileged to have that. Connecting with other patients and survivors, with peers who understand their experience. Like for example, when I found out, I have a friend in the States and the US, and she called around other friends who had experienced breast cancer, who survived it, and we have a friend here as well who survived it, and they all were able to give me advice on what to do and what to expect and everything like that. So from the very beginning, I had a support network who was there for me, who was able to give me the kind of advice that I needed to help me navigate, even though there were times I didn't want to take the medication and do whatever, but I knew it was important that I did it. And I combined everything. I use the medication, I use diet, I use exercise, and I use meditation. So my spiritual awareness, I had people praying for me and all of that. So when you can pray, when you have no strength at all, somebody else's strength, you can draw on their strength. And that makes it so much easier when you have that support network. When I didn't want to eat, I had a friend who came and looked after me, and she cooked and she made sure I ate, because we had on the fridge, we had what my diet should consist of, from the five different groups, which is more on the scientific side. So working with the adenogenesis, working with the stem cells, working with the microbiome, working with my DNA and my immunity. So my immune system. So food in those five categories, I ate every single day. Okay. So you just need to look a little bit deeper. If you want to know more about it, and you want somebody to talk to, I am here to give you as much information as I can and to direct you into the right sources. But that's what I do as a coach, in terms of what I do. When my clients come to me, whether it's for a massage treatment or whatever, I go deeper in my consultation. It's not a case of getting here and getting a bed. It's a case of let's find why you're here. What do you want to achieve from it? Because it's a lot more than you think. I just have this pain. Is a lot more, because that pain is coming from somewhere. And we just need to understand your lifestyle a bit. If it is on coaching for, I don't know, confidence or whatever the case might be, let's find out a little bit more. Let's find out what it is, that nagging thing that is stopping you from moving forward. So we go a little bit deeper in terms of, now you need to build resilience. After the trauma, you need to build resilience. And that's why I love this part, building resilience. So, unstoppable resilience. Unstoppable. Life is unstoppable. So, you're building unstoppable resilience. It is a muscle. So, it's something you're going to be working on continuously. And that's where my course comes in terms of unstoppable resilience. Three powerful practices to take your power back. Because not only you're taking your power back from a disease that would want to like maybe terminate your life, or from the abuse that you have experienced, whether it's abandonment, whether it's a loss of a child. I experienced it all. Okay. So, or the sexual abuse or domestic abuse. I I am here as a sounding box. I am here to listen. And in listening, when I listen, you get the insight. Not me telling you what to do, but you getting the insight of what is next and what you should be doing and how you should go about it. You will get all the answers. It's not me telling you the answers or giving you the answers. It's all within you. So it's all going to come up from within, and you will have all the answers that you need. So, what am I saying? I am saying that you need to build resilience. So, once you're able to build that resilience, you are getting stronger. So your support system will also help with you building resilience by offering empathy, encouragement. Yeah. That's what my support group did. They offered me encouragement. They offered me prayer. They were there if they needed a ear to listen to. My cancer nurse, she was there if I needed an ear to listen to. If she noticed something that I wasn't aware of, as I said, she will call and then I will get checked and straight to hospital. So when I don't want to bother anyone because I think, oh, it will pass. No, it's not going to pass. You are you're in a state where you need some assistance. So all of these things are very, very important. So again, there is organizations out there to help, with domestic violence. So you have, these things, these organizations empower individuals through advocacy and community programs, fostering awareness and support networks. So there is everything that you need out there. You just need to know where to go. And if you don't know, just Google. And if you think, okay, I Google, but I'm still not sure, I'm here for support. I'm here to give you the help and your guidance that you need because I had help. I had support, and I'm still continuing to have that help and support because I'm still on treatments. I'm still getting chemo treatments, I'm still taking medication and all of that. So all of that is going to help. So when we think it's easy, it's not easy. Sexual abuse is not easy. Domestic abuse is not easy. Going through a trauma with an illness is not easy, regardless of who you are. No matter who you are, it is not easy. It takes a toll on you. So, how can you empower others? How can I empower you? I can empower you by highlighting support system, which is what I'm doing now. So I'm bringing an awareness of it to you. So and this is what is going to empower you. And that's why you say take your power back. So it's empower you to seek help and offer support to others. So when you seek help, you know what to do. So then after you have come through everything, you know what to do to help someone else. So you don't keep it to yourself, you pass it on. You also, and what happens, you pass it on to them so that they can seek the support that they need, but also working together. When we work together, we break the stigma. We break the stigma about abuse and we break the stigma about illness. Breast cancer, like one person say, oh, the big C. And I'm like, what is the big C? It's almost as though if they say the name cancer, they're going to catch it. That's a myth. It's not going to happen. Okay? You have cancer cells within your body anyway. All right? So some of us happens because of maybe lifestyle, maybe stress, different reasons why it can happen. So don't worry, you're not going to catch it by saying cancer. So it's nothing about the big C. Just say cancer. Simple. All right? And no, not everybody loses their breast. So I still have my breast, but yes, I have a scar on my breast and underneath my arm, which is no big deal. That's like a second birthmark, isn't it? So yeah, so it's help you to be that advocate. In August, breast cancer now is having afternoon tea. Now, I'm not going to be paying afternoon tea, but what you can do, I will find the link. What you can do is support our breast cancer now so that we can find resources so that we can help other women who have more serious cancer to live with it and get the medication that they need. There is a medication, I can't pronounce its name. There is a medication that they need, and we need it on the NHS. But NICE is saying it is too expensive. So we need your help. We need your help. We need you to help to donate so that we can get that on the NHS so that these women can get the treatment that they need. Okay, so now in terms of, in conclusion, so whether you are facing an aftermath like me, aftermath of abuse or challenges of breast cancer, There are support systems out there. Support systems are essential. I can't stress that enough. Support systems are essential for helping you build resilience. I didn't have anyone to help me to build my resilience when I went through sexual abuse and domestic violence. I did that on my own with the help of Almighty God. That was my thing. That was my source, and positive speaking and using words that would help to build up my most holy faith. That was my strength. That's where got my strength from. Okay. Now it is because now people can talk about it because there's not so much a stigma. It's still a stigma because people, you still have to talk about it. So, and name shaming you and stuff like that. But there is nothing to be ashamed of. Talk about it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm talking about it to bring awareness to you because I feel I have a gift, the gift of life, because I went through it all. Every scenario you can think about, I have been through it all. And I come out stronger. So when you think you don't have strength, you have strength. That strength is deep within, it's on the inside. And as you plow through, you'd realize how strong you are. You don't know. You don't know. It's like Whitney Houston said, you don't know your own strength, but you're born with that. You're born with strength. You're born with resilience, but it's stripped away from you bit by bit by bit. So now you have to relearn and build that resilience. Take a look at a baby and tell me if that baby doesn't have resilience. Just watch a baby, what a baby does, how a baby move, how a baby really try to turn and do everything. And that is because that is innate in them. So we were born with it. We were born like that. We were born with that strength. But somewhere along the line, we kind of lost it and we have to rebuild it. So it build resilience in recovery. And these organizations, they provide the strength and the hope. Hope is something that you need. Hope to navigate even the darkest moment. You know, there's a scripture that I like in Hebrew. I love it. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is the substance. Faith is, yeah, faith is the substance of things hope for. So you're hoping for that goodness. You're hoping for something good. I don't think anybody hope for bad. So you're hoping for something good. So in that hope comes something good. You're building resilience, you're gaining strength, you're having your power back. And that's what it is all about. So let's continue. I want us to continue to nurture and expand our support network, ensuring that no one faces these challenges alone. Because we are not meant to be alone. We are meant to work together. A strong cord cannot be broken. So we are meant to work together. So I just want to say, let's work together. I want to build a community. I want to build a community, and that's why I'm doing this, the Verna Hayward Show. So we'll be coming to you on a regular basis, maybe sometimes twice a day, sometimes once a day. So it all depends. So I have a schedule that I'm working to, and I want to work up to that. So I want to thank you for being here with me today. I want to thank you for those of you who have been popping in and out. I want to thank you for being on the live stream with me because your support gives me the strength to do this. And I just want you to remember that support is always available. Whether you want to speak to me, whether you want to call a crisis center, wherever you are in the world, no matter where, there is a crisis center and there is a national and international center that you can call. So you just have to look it up and you can find all the necessary information that you need. From time to time, I will be writing blogs on all of these different things so that you too can look on my website. My website is verna-hayward.com, and you will see there is something on domestic abuse. You will see something on cancer as well. And so I will just be putting more information there to really help you to get the understanding of the what is going on and how you can get the necessary information that will make a difference in your life, that makes a difference in my life. So when we work together, we are stronger. So let's keep that strength. And, if you hear and you're listening and you know this message is for someone, I would like you to share it with that person. Um, like, share, and comment, because your comments is going to really make the difference. Your comments is really going to help me to do more and to answer your questions, like the young lady last week who had some comments, and that out of that comment, the conversation we had came for new topics, which I did. Hence the reason why I am a little back in what I'm doing. So I'm making up for the time. When you see me here twice a day, that's because I'm making up my time, because I need to get everything that I want to say. So thank you very much. And again, as I said, I have a course, a digital course called The Unstoppable Life, 3 Powerful Practices to Take Your Power Back. Book a free consultation with me. And as you book a free consultation, we can then talk a little bit more about it, find out what it is your needs are. Because even when I do a therapy, if you want a massage, I am here as well. You will see, you'll find that under Healing Hands. And why it's called Healing Hands? Because of my clients telling me I have healing hands. So that's the name that I gave it, because of what my clients have been telling me over the years. So I want to say thank you very much for being here with me. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next live tomorrow. I'll be here with you twice again. So thank you. Take care and God bless, and have a great evening.